Welcome back to Dear Girl with Alice, a channel dedicated to wellness, including yoga, nutrition, and mental health. In today's class, we'll focus on popular yoga poses and their variations that you can practice at home. This session is 29 minutes long and open to all levels, so everyone is welcome. I turned up the heat for this one, so let's get ready. If you've been enjoying the classes so far, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I'd love to have you join our growing community. Hello again, it's Alice. Let's get comfy on our heels because we're going to focus on boosting balance, enhancing breath work, and general flexibility. Keep your hands in prayer and breathe. Getting comfy in our heels in hero's pose. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's come to a cross-legged easy pose. And we're going to raise our arms, palms touching, look up, stretch, stretch, stretch. Inhaling here, exhaling, deep inhale and exhale. Look up, inhale once more, and slowly bring the arms down on the exhale. Feel the stretch in your arms. Tilt your head to one side for a neck stretch and tent your fingers. Deep inhale, deep exhale. Switch to the other side, keep those fingers tented, and breathe. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Now bring your hands behind you, clasp your fingers, look up, and bend forward. Your arms are straight and extended behind you. You raise your arms more to deepen the stretch. Breathe. Let me go ahead and show you from this angle how that pose looks like. You can also point your fingers or just keep your hands clasped. Bend forward. Breathe. Feel the stretch in your shoulders and neck. Continue to breathe here on your own. We're going to now come to all fours in preparation for tiger pose. Make sure your shoulders are above your wrists. Keep those fingers flat on the mat. We're going to be raising the right leg, extending it behind us. Keep that knee bent and make sure that foot is flexed. Breathe. Look in front of you. Keep those hips squared. Breathe. Now we're going to lift the right arm and try to grab the ankle. How does that feel? If you fall out of this pose, try to do that again. Tiger pose. Breathe. Look directly in front of you. Try not to open up the hips too much. Keep those hips squared. You're lifting the right leg more, and you're creating an arch in your back. We're going to do a variation here, tapping our right knee with our left foot. This can be a lot on the left knee, so be careful. This is a nice variation of tiger pose. Come back to all fours. We're going to repeat the sequence on the other side by lifting our left leg, keeping the knee bent, flex those feet, square the hips, look directly in front of you and breathe. Your shoulders are above your wrists. We're going to try to bring the left hand behind us, grabbing the ankle, arching our back. Breathe. And only when you're steady, you're going to tap the left knee with your right foot. But first, let's position ourselves accordingly. There you go. Awesome. Your hands are flat on the mat. Shoulders are above the wrists. Look up. This is a nice tiger pose variation. Keep that pose steady. Great. Widen the knees and we're going to come to child's pose. Try to bring that chest as close to the mat as possible. Your arms are extended directly in front of you, and breathe. Let's now come to a seated eagle arms. Our arms are intertwined and our legs are crossed. Whichever way you want to intertwine your arms is okay. We're just going to repeat the sequence on the other side. Look up and fold forward, slowly bending over your crossed legs. Breathe. Relax your head and neck. We're going to switch and again bend forward. Ideally, you could also switch the crossing of your legs, which I didn't do, but you can do that. I'm going to look up and fold forward. Breathe. That fire in the back is kicking. Okay, come back up. Now we will come to a seated eagle pose. Intertwine those legs and we'll repeat the sequence. Our arms will also be intertwined and we will be bending forward. Breathe. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. On the inhale, lift up. Change the crossing of your legs, intertwining them on the other side. You're also changing the direction of your hands. And we will again bend forward. This is a great hip opener. And notice that each side will feel different, and that's okay. Ideally, we want to be symmetrical, but we're not always symmetrical, our bodies. Okay. Sit again in easy pose. Your legs are crossed, and we're going to come to a twist, twisting to the right, looking over our right shoulder. Our left hand is above the right knee. And our right arm is extended directly behind us. We're looking at that lovely fire. We're going to come to the other side, bringing our right arm above our left knee. Left arm is directly extended behind us. We're looking over our left shoulder at the fire, and breathe. Next, we're going to do a couple of seated forward bend variations. Let's prepare here. Sitting down, let's bend the right leg, cross it over our left. We're sitting on our seat bones and your hips are squared. Extend the arms in front of you. And do a slight bend here. If this is too much, bring a pillow underneath your sit bone. Bring that leg closer to your hip bone. See if you could grab your right foot with your right arm. If not, you could keep the right arm against your back. Arm is bent. Breathe. Try to touch your left toes. If not, you can touch your shins and thighs. Try to keep your back straight and continue to bend forward as you exhale. Inhale. On the exhale, come to the other side, bending the left leg, bringing it across our right leg. That left foot is above our right thigh. Our right leg is extended, foot is flexed. Our back is straight, bending forward slightly. Keep those fingers tented if you like, or you could keep them on your shin. Bring that foot closer to your hip bone. Grab it with your left hand that's directly behind your back. Reach forward with your right arm and touch your feet. Feel free to keep your right hand on your shin or thigh. And breathe. If this is too much for you, you can also keep your left arm bent behind you without touching your foot. And breathe. These are nice variations here. Okay, let's come to a chest opener. Keep those knees bent. Place those hands behind you, your elbows are bent, and then you open up your chest, look directly in front of you, and breathe. Let's come to a reverse tabletop, lifting those hips. Keep the legs in a 90-degree angle. We'll cross our left leg over our right, ankles placed over the right knee. Extend that foot, point. Bring that foot down. We're doing a couple of variations here in reverse tabletop. Bring that right leg over the left. Extend the right leg. Keep those toes pointed. Bring the leg back down. And come back down to the mat. Great. Okay. Let's cross our legs, come to all fours, and come up for down dog. If you can't bring your heels down, you can keep your legs bent. Your back is straight, fingers are flat on the mat. Here, bring the right leg down on the mat. We'll come to a revolved pigeon pose, and we'll do a couple of variations here. So that right foot is flexed. You have that right knee bent. You're squaring your hips. The left leg is extended directly behind you. You're holding yourself up with your fingers that are tented on the mat. We're going to bend the left leg and try to hold our ankle. If this is too much, we could also use a strap or just try bending our left leg. Okay. Keep your chest open. Bring that leg down. Fold forward. Breathe. Feel the stretch in your hips. Deep inhales. Deep exhales. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the nose. We're going to do a twist here. Bring the right arm underneath your left and look left. Both arms are extended. Feel the stretch and how it changes position of your body. We're going to do it on the other side, extending the left arm, which is underneath your right arm. Both arms are extended, and breathe. Look at that lovely fire. See how the stretch changes how you feel in your body. Okay, come back up. Bring that right leg back, down dog. We're going to do the same sequence with the left leg. Okay? Breathe. Continue to breathe here. Bend the left leg, bring it to the mat. Square those hips. Keep the right leg extended in the back. Prop yourself up with your arms. Your fingers are tented. Open up that chest. Align yourself here before we bend that right leg. You could even use a bolster. Okay, bend the right leg. Okay, try to grab your ankle. Continue to keep your chest open. Pull that right leg closer to your glutes for a nice quad stretch. You can keep your palms flat on the mat here. Try to keep your hips squared. Release that foot and slowly bring yourself to a fold. Your arms are extended directly in front of you. And breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Breathe in, breathe out. On the exhale, place the left arm underneath your right. Look at the fire. Breathe. If you don't have a fire, look at something else. Extend that arm again back. Bring the right arm underneath your left and breathe. Deep inhales, deep exhales. Okay, come back up. Okay, bring that leg back, down dog. We're gonna bend our knees and hop forward. So you're lifting your hips, hopping forward. Let's lie down on our back for a bridge pose, and we'll do a couple of variations here. Bend those legs, lift your hips slowly. Don't move your head. Keep your palms flat on the mat and breathe. Your legs are in a 90-degree angle. Clasp those hands underneath you. Bring in those shoulders together. Try to do that. We're going to lift our left leg, point, raise our hips a little bit more. This is a nice variation. Bring that leg back down. You could stand on the balls of your feet. Bring up the right leg, point, breathe. Keep lifting those hips. Bring that leg down. Come back down. Relax a little bit. Shake out those hips. Let's move our feet closer to our hands. Grab those and keep lifting those hips for a deeper stretch. Breathe. Next, we'll place our hands under our glutes. You can also stand on the balls of your feet. Feel the stretch in your back, your legs, your chest. It's a nice stretch. This really helps digestion and release tension in your lower back. Lift the leg up again, point. Flex your toes. Point your toes. Bring the leg back down. Bring the right leg back up. Point your toes. Flex your toes. Point your toes. Flex. Point. Bring your foot back down. Can stand on the balls of our feet. Slowly, we're gonna come down. I like to do that for a nice stretch. Gonna come back down. Here is knee to chest pose. We're holding on to our knees, rounding our back, nose touches our knees. We'll roll on our back. All right, continue to do that for a couple of rolls. because we're going to come back to boat pose and variations. So we're propping ourselves on our forearms, chest is open, legs are lifted. I know I went into this pose a little fast. We'll be doing a couple of variations. Point your right leg, and then your left leg. Straight leg, bent leg, straight leg, bent leg, chest is open. Hold our thighs again, straighten that back. Next, we're going to hold our legs by our toes. Grab your toes, then extend your leg. Keep that back straight. The right leg is bent. Breathe. Bring that leg down. Hold on to the toe, then extend the right leg. You can help yourself up by having the left hand behind you. It gives you additional balance. Try to now hold both of your legs by the toes. Maintain that balance. You're going to do that with your core. Tighten your core and breathe. Keep that back straight. The legs are flexed. Bring them back to the mat. Try to bring both your legs out straight. They're extended, and your arms. Smile. Boat pose. Okay, hold on to your knees. Let's try one more time. Extend one leg out, then the other. Try to balance yourself here. Okay. Cross your legs. We're going to sit cross-legged in preparation for seated spinal twists. Hold on to your knees here. Crossing your right leg over the left. Bring the left arm in front of your right knee. We twist to the right. So that arm is above your knee and you're twisting over your right shoulder. Your right arm is extended. And look into the fire. Breathe. Try to bind here by bringing the left arm underneath your right leg, and your right arm grabs the left arm. This is a little bit of a complicated bind. It's nice for the digestion system. Let's repeat. Let's actually rotate to the other side for a micro stretch. Let's now bring the left leg over the right leg and the right arm above the left knee. You're rotating to the left. Your left arm is extended in the back behind you. You're looking over your left shoulder. Breathe. Continue to twist on the exhale. Deep inhale, deep exhales, and twist. Deep inhale and twist on the exhale. Okay, bind here. Your left arm is underneath. Your left hand is meeting the right hand. The left arm is around your back. It's a little bit complicated here, but it's a nice pose. Move your hips from side to side. Next, we're going to come to a seated forward fold variation. Head is tucked towards your chest and you're folding forward. Your legs are crossed here. Breathe. Change the cross of your legs. Repeat that pose again. Round your back. This releases any tension in your neck and shoulders and back. Okay, come back up. Let's come to a fire log pose. We're crossing the left leg over our right. Try to align your shins as if you're stacking one log on top of one another. You're going to extend your arms directly in front of you for a micro bend. We'll do a couple of variations here. If you're flexible, you can continue to bend forward, extending those arms. Breathe. Come back up, switch sides, bringing the right leg over the left. Remember that foot is above the left knee. You never want to keep your feet on the knee because your knees are sensitive, so you're just having it right below the knee. Ideally here, we flex our feet, tent our fingers, keep those arms extended. We're having a micro bend forward. Breathe, keep your head straight. Look directly in front of you. Relax here, it's a great hip opener. Bend forward, extend those arms even more. Breathe here. Come back up. Uncross your legs. Shake out those hips. Come back to the mat. You can slowly lower yourself, engaging your core. Slowly, slowly. Now we can relax in butterfly Savasana pose. The balls of our feet are touching, our knees are extended out, the legs are bent here, the knees are like wings of a butterfly, and we can hold our stomach and our chest to relax our heart. I like to do this variation of Savasana to feel my heartbeat. And breathe, letting everything go. We're going to slowly raise ourselves, okay? You can sit cross-legged here or sit on your heels in hero's pose. We're going to bring our hands to a prayer. Thank yourself for this wonderful practice. See you next week, and thanks for subscribing. Namaste.